Hello and welcome to CloudFolks HUB. My name is Bhavesh Atara. You are learning ECS step by step. Right now, we are discussing about container configuration options of task definition. We have divided this whole configuration options into the two parts. Previous video was about part 1 and we discussed about all these options of container configuration. In this video, means part 2, we are going to discuss about resource allocation limits. If you go to the task definition configuration options, here we have this container configuration and this is the option that we are going to discuss. So let's start. First of all, let's understand the use case. In ECS, you can control how much CPU and memory your application can use. This resource allocation limits can be set at two levels. You can define this at task level and also at container level. As you know that we are creating task, but task may contain multiple containers. Let's say that right now I am configuring my container 1. If I want to add multiple container in the task, I can do this. Okay. So you have two options. One, you can define task size. Task size is actually we are defining at task level. And here we have this option as well. Look at this task size. We already discussed about task size in a step number 5.5. If you want more detail, you can go to that particular video, watch this video and come back. But here I am going to provide you brief details about this. This is total CPU and memory available for whole task, right? So whatever the resources you are going to provide to the task will be shared with the multiple container. Let's say that here I am going to provide 4 vCPU to my task. I can also provide RAM. So let's say that I am going to provide 512 MB of RAM to this particular task. Now these resources will be shared between multiple containers, right? Think of it like a big box where all containers inside must fit. Now, for Fargate, task size is mandatory. If you have launch type Fargate, you have to set up task size. Why? Because Fargate is a serverless. So somehow you need to set up limits for your task and that you can define using task size. For EC2, it is optional. Because in EC2, we have like a EC2 instance and EC2 instance already having size. So this size will be the size of the task as well. But yeah, if you are going to set up this for EC2, EC2 will reserve that specific resources for specific task. This will be like added advantage. So we have like a clear idea about task level. Now we are going to talk about container allocation, right? So see here, if I have like two containers running inside same task, I have 4 virtual CPU. Now if you are not going to set up container level resource allocation, what will happen? This container is actually using too much resources and this container don't have resource left. Let's say that out of 4 virtual CPU, this container is using 3 vCPU. Now, this container 2 can only use 1. So we don't want imbalance between the containers. We want to allocate resources in between container properly. So in this case, you can use container level allocation. However, we define CPU memory for each container inside the task. It helps control how much the task resources a single container can use. You can controlling resource utilization of specific container so it cannot use over resources and it will be harmful for another container. Now you can use 4 settings over here. If you look at here, we have these 4 settings. First of all, we are going to talk about CPU units for the container, Example 0.25 vCPU or 0.5 vCPU or 1 CPU. This is what I said over here as well. Let's say that I have 4 vCPU, so I am going to assign 2 vCPU to this particular container. So out of 4, this is a limit for the container 1 to use maximum of 2 vCPU. Now we have one question over here that okay, but what if I want to provide half of CPU? So in this case, you can use like this 0.25, quarter of your CPU, half of your CPU, or if you have full decimal, then no need to worry about it. Now this is for CPU, but memory having two options: memory hard limit, memory soft limit. So let's understand this as well. Memory hard limit. Container is killed if it crosses this limit. Let's say that here I am saying that this container is going to use maximum of 2 GB RAM. Now if this container is trying to use more than 2 GB, it will be killed by ECS. Here we have same, like if you want to assign 0.25, you can assign like 0.25. Do not write 256 because when we are configuring this through the console, we are giving in GB. So if I want to assign 256, I will use 0.25 GB. Okay. We will set up this when we are going to set up task definition for our project. Memory soft limit. Now understand the difference. Hard limit means dangerous. If your container will try to use more resources, it will be killed. Soft limit is kind of good because...
Sorry to interrupt you. I know you guys are enjoying our video a lot because our final ultimate goal is Solution Architect Certification exam. To reach the destination, we required full videos. Path number 1, our 6-in-1 program. Our 6-in-1 program include all prerequisite skills which is needed as a cloud engineer. It include 24/7 support, lifetime update, section-wise practice test, full course practice test with tips and tricks by Bhavesh Atara, how to do exam preparation course, weekly lifetime live session with Bhavesh Atara, and 6 AWS project with documents. Path number 2, you can enroll by paying 499 and get Hindi and English, both the languages, videos of AWS. The choice is yours how to create your success story by choosing best one. Best of luck. Thank you.